Okay, here we have the syllabus from Endangered Ecosystems, and I hope you've printed this out so you can follow along. So just general information, my office and my office hours, although with the web course those may not mean too much. Phone number, so you can call me anytime you need to. There's my personal web page. You can take a look at that for information about me. I also have a little group on Facebook where I've got I post science stuff, so a little interesting stuff, or what I consider to be interesting about science. So you might like to follow along on that, so feel free to join that, like that page if you wish. Here's the biology department web page. Here's my email. Generally, email is the best way to contact me. I check it frequently during the day, even when I'm not in the office. So be sure to use the email. You can also use the message function on Blackboard, but more reliable will be the email. Alright, now your course content is located at a different site other than Blackboard, and we'll go over that site in another video. But you can see asayacourses.strategies.org is your course content website. Your ACE email is going to be your username, and Earth with a capital E is a password. Now, after you log on the first time, you should go into the profile area and change your passwords. Okay, you can see the content that this course focuses on, and we'll look at these in detail down the line here. You don't need any textbooks for this. All the material is online. The concept mapping software that you would need is free to download at this website, and they have Mac versions and PC versions. I don't think they have any apps yet for iPad or Android machines. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to look at data and information related to those different ecosystems. You're going to synthesize that information, and you're going to evaluate that data information. So some fairly high-level thinking skills are going to be involved. Here's a quick look at the course outline. We'll look at this in some more detail, but you can see we've got an introduction, some coral reef is the first content module, and so there are a variety of concepts which we're covering for coral reefs. Then we look at deforestation, amphibian crisis, Gulf of Mexico dead zone. So those are the basic endangered ecosystems, or groups of organisms that we happen to be looking at. Okay, you have assignments due probably more than one a week, since, sometimes more than one a week. So there are a number of those, and they're graded by a rubric. So you must upload those to the ASAYA website in order to receive a grade. You must also complete the rubric yourself. So you're in effect evaluating yourself, you're grading yourself, and that's an important part of becoming a mature learner. I don't accept any late work, so if you don't get it in on time, you get a 0. The other thing is for graduate students, you have a term paper to write. It's a research paper that you submit to Blackboard. This goes to Blackboard, and it's evaluated by Turnitin, so you can look at your mistakes and any plagiarism, and you can correct those and resubmit them. You can use CBE, Council of Biological Editors, or APA style, and you can look at some examples there. And just some things that common mistakes: if you take something verbatim, then you've got to put it in quotes and you've got to cite it. and if you paraphrase it, then you cite it. So you can lose points for plagiarism. So there's the grading scale that you would use. So this course is heavy on reading. There's no lectures or anything, so you've got to read carefully. I recommend you take notes as you read. When you work on your assignments, read the rubric and then try to make sure you fulfill all the requirements of the rubric. And turn your grade in on time. Turn your work in on time. And keep up with your ACE mail. I send a lot of information via ACE mail, little stories that I find on the internet, sometimes which may be valuable for you, and other information. The first class day, you are responsible for logging on and completing some assignments. And if you don't do this by the university census date, then you'll be dropped from the course. Your first assignment is real easy. You just log on to the discussion board and you introduce yourself and you upload a photo. If you'd like to take a video to introduce yourself, you can upload that, and instead of typing out. That would be nice if you would do that so people will get to know you. Participation, you need to make sure you're keeping up with your work, posting your assignments, and participating in the discussion boards and interacting with the other students. We have group work that you'll be doing. Usually we have groups of 4, and so there's a couple of the weeks in each cycle that you do group work. If you have a federal loan or grant, be aware that your participation is especially monitored, and if you're not participating, then you can be dropped, and of course you'll have to pay back money for that. We want to be nice to each other in class, so try to keep on the topic and don't do a lot of unnecessary criticism of people. If you have disabilities, then here's the place to call. Mr. Carl Gregg can deal with your concerns. Academic honesty is expected, and any kind of cheating will be dealt with harshly with a grade of F. Okay, after the census date, you can find that on the semester calendar, then you must drop yourself, and there's a form for doing that. Usually people complete this class, so I really don't expect people to be dropping out, but we do have some students drop out. So if you stop participating, then make sure you drop so I don't have to give you an F. All your communication will be through your A&M email address. That's the way I'll communicate with you. And then here's some student technical assistance, some websites you can visit if you're having problems. Here's the people on the Blackboard help desk, and just some kind of minimum requirements as far as your computer is concerned. And here's for Mac and PC, so make sure you look over those. You can get an app for Blackboard. It's sometimes useful. I'll let you decide whether it's useful or not. Or Android. You can get the app for Android if you just scan those little code things there. And I'm not sure if the prices are still correct. But one interesting thing about this is that when something's posted on Blackboard, it'll give you a message telling you that something has been posted. So it's of some use. Sometimes tablets are a little problem with Blackboard, so it's better to be on a desktop or a laptop computer if possible. And if I decide to change something, I'll let you know. Rarely does that happen. Okay, here's an example of the rubrics. So I have these here available for you. And you can see the one for cycle A. And so here's some criteria that you have. So you can see the best is a 4 and the worst is a 0. And then you've got to explain yourself, and I'm going to expect extensive explanation this semester on what you had. And we'll look at rubrics online. So there's that's cycle A individual, and then there's a cycle A team, and then there's a cycle B, which is also a team assignment that you do. And then here's a cycle C. So they pretty much work the same way. So you'll need to read these rubrics to make sure you are fulfilling the criteria. We also grade ourselves on our teamwork. And so here's our grading system for the team rubric. And I'll send you a little form with your group on it, and you'll get to grade each other. And it's very important that you do that, and you do it honestly. Okay, here's the official calendar. So this is what things look like on the ASEA website. So you've got some stuff you want to do. All these are links that go somewhere on the ASEA website, so you really don't want to go to them from here. But it's welcome to the course, tells you about investigations and all that stuff. And here's the orientation. Okay, so the first 3 weeks we just kind of practice, and here's the due dates for those. And then here's coral reefs and the due dates for coral reefs. So on Thursday you have an individual assignment, on Sunday you have a team assignment. And on the teams, I'll just kind of randomly assign the members of the team, put them in a program and spit out some random numbers and assign those. Okay, and then here's cycle. So you're doing research in cycle A, you're analyzing in cycle B as a team, and then you're synthesizing in cycle C as an individual. And that involves the concept map, which we'll look at. So the rest of the modules follow the very same format. Cycle A, B, C, each is 1 week long. Amphibian crisis is the next one there. Notice these, I grade these usually a day or two after they're due. So I get to them as soon as I can. It just kind of depends on what's happening in my life as to whether or not I can get to them the day after. And then here's the last module, Gulf of Mexico Dead Zone. And then the final project and assessments, which is due the final week. The term paper is also due. I think I'll type that in here. Okay. So also due then. So there's a look at the syllabus, and we'll continue on in the next video and look at some more aspects of the course.